Intention accompanies the very nature of the being. The instrumentalization of the being obeys this nature and is in perfect accord with it. Intentional actions arise spontaneously, without conscious control, following both the nature of the being and the way in which it has been instrumentalized. Critical thinking grants the being the ability to moderate these actions. Repentance reveals precisely this capacity to question intentions that were previously impulsive or misunderstood. Intention is the primordial tendency of the first force that manifests. Acting intentionally does not require deliberate thought, which is why the being seems to act without thinking. It is common to attribute to instinct that which is not understood. Instinct, although difficult to define, is easy to perceive. It reveals the nature of the being, its instrumentalization, and its tendencies. Critical thinking intervenes in this free action by introducing control. The result of this interaction is interpreted as free will, a concept that provides comfort and offers an acceptable explanation for both reflective and impulsive actions. Few understand the movements of attraction and distancing between beings, just as few understand the moral classification of good or bad character. These movements obey predetermined outcomes and the necessity of addition or exemption in order for such outcomes to be fulfilled. Nature, associated with the process of creation, generates beings shaped from predefined seeds. Acting in accordance with the natural principle and the original design requires no explanation beyond the evidence of the action itself. However, within the manifested being, there exists something that confronts and questions, something greater than unrestrained nature. This force does not accept uncontrolled actions, nor passively submit to nature itself. Through questioning, the being reveals a power previously unknown, intimately connected to the inner agent that guides its action within creation. Without this force, and without this agent, there is no work, creation, or manifestation. In the genesis of the being, this power is incubated with the capacity to create and transform. Upon the original nature, a new nature is imposed, however, it would not survive without the force that sustains it. Since this force belongs to the inner agent, it cannot be separated from it. The being in manifestation recognizes this agent as the presence, perceiving divine attributes within it. The great confrontation arises between accepting and submitting to the prefabricated design, or ascending and reclaiming autonomy. It is the struggle between the determinism of the external gods and union with the inner force. A confrontation of the being with itself, before two natures. Therefore, the Magu, in the laboratory, begins by praying,
"Oh, my nature changes, and gradually submits itself to the sovereignty of my consciousness.